Hi, welcome to this video presentation on using the basic charting package over the advanced. And before we get started, let me explain why you would consider using the basic mode of the PPT charts and the benefits of the basic mode over the advanced mode as well. And the first and fundamental reason is that there are not multiple indicators on the chart, and this includes the signals as well, whereas in the advanced version we've got triple X's and PTIs and all sorts of other variations of signals. In the basic mode, all you get is a dot. We've consolidated all of these out of the advanced version and distilled them down into just red and green dots in the basic version. It's therefore makes it easier on the eye. It's less complicated to look at. It's far easier to see where the market's trading, and also again that lack of multiple signals as well. And should you need to mark up a trade manually as well, then you can do this with just 2 mouse clicks as well. So the next question is, how do we get into the basic version of the software? When you load the latest version of the software, you will see this splash screen, and it gives you the option to choose whether you want to open PPT charts in the basic or the advanced mode. If you're used to using the advanced mode and you're quite comfortable and you've customized the settings, then you would choose the advanced. But for somebody that's new to Pinpoint Trader, always select the basic mode because everything is taken care for you. The signals, the layout, and also it will match the settings that I have in my version of the basic software as well. So if you're brand new, it will automatically default to the basic mode, but if it doesn't, you want to open the charts in the basic mode. So that's how you'll do that. And then all you have to do, because it's a new version of the software, if you choose the basic mode that is, then you will have to create the worksheet again. So just create the 5-minute and the daily chart, and I'll show you how to do that in this video anyway, but that's the only thing you'll have to do. If you choose the advanced mode, you won't have to do it. So again, just to clarify and to summarize before we move on to have a look at it, if you are brand new, then use the basic version of the software. It will make life so much easier, and then again it's a lot easier on the eye and a lot easier to use as well. Right, let's leave the presentation part and go and have a look at the software and see how it actually works. So to run the PPT basic mode in the software, double click on the computer's icon on the desktop. This will bring up a splash screen asking if you want to restore the default settings to your PPT charting software. Just a quick word of warning here. Any charts that you've created and saved as workspaces in the advanced mode, all of those settings will be fine, but the default settings for creating those charts will change if you actually accept restore defaults. The good thing is about accepting restore defaults is that your version of the basic software and the advanced settings, the default ones, will be the same as mine. So I would advise that you actually click on this, on the restore defaults option here, and change those settings so that we're all singing from the same hymn sheet with regards to the actual default settings. And this will launch this splash screen. Now the software will only show this if you are previously running the advanced mode of the PPT charts and you want to switch to the basic mode. If you're installing this from scratch as a brand new user, you will not see this. So those of you that want to have a look at the basic mode, then you just left click on open PPT charts. This brings up the window and then launches the ETX trading account as well. Now what I'm going to do is just to bring this into the recording area so you can actually see it and just rescale it. And there we have it there. Now at the top you can see it says basic mode, and under the mode button as well it also shows you there that you're actually in the basic version of the software. As I said in the introduction, when we load the basic mode for the first time, we have to create the charts from scratch. And that's a simple task. We just come up to File, left click on New Chart, and then go to the drop down menu, and depending on what code and symbol is displayed within your ETX trading account, choose that one that matches. Now mine is WS30_SB, yours may be WS30SB without the underscore. So I'm going to select this, going to make sure that 5 minute is selected, then I'm going to left click on Create Chart. The chart loads, so now I have the 5 minute chart and it's all nice and clean and clear. There is only the buy and sell signals on the chart. We've got the psychological levels, the major ones which are in red, they're the whole numbers, and then the half numbers in blue. We've got the grey shaded area against the white. The white is the official trading times, 2:35 to 4:30, and then 6:30 to 8:30. And whilst we're here, we also need to create a daily chart. So again, we've got the symbol selected. We're going to click on daily this time and left click on Create Chart. And now we have the daily chart created as well. So what we want to do now is to click on File, Save Workspace. We then get the Save Workspace dialog box. You can save this as Dow Jones or whatever you want to save it as. You might want to call it Dow Jones Basic. It doesn't matter, it's in a separate folder, so it won't get confused with any that you created in the advanced mode either. So I'm just going to call it Dow Jones, and because I've already got one that exists, I'm just going to overwrite it. So now in the File, Workspaces, I can see I've got the Dow Jones. If I want to just reload this chart instead of going to Open Workspace and navigating to it. So when I restart the software, I'll just come straight in, go to the recent workspaces, and then just select it and it will load the charts. So again, it's all nice and clean and clear, and it makes the navigation of the software a lot simpler than the advanced mode does. And if we just go back, you can see how easy and on the eye this actually looks as well. What I will do is just go through the settings so that you can actually compare yours, just in case your chart doesn't look like mine. And we'll start off with the PPT indicators. We'll go to indicator setting. So we've got no check mark in show unqualified indicators. We have one in show unsuccessful indicators, because it's always interesting to see where a trade actually failed. So I always like to have them shown. Only show signals in the bar range of at least 8 and a maximum of 25. Then the indicator strength is 8 for the first intensity, and the secondary intensity is set to 2. In the filter section, we've got no check mark for apply low volume filters, and we're keeping the check mark in at the moment to hide indicators outside of the primary trade times, which we'll look at shortly. In qualified indicators, we've got number of bars is 3, and then we have the colors of the indicators as well, the now dots on the chart, green for buy and red for sell, and then black for failed, and then timed out ones, which would be at the top here, show unqualified ones, but we're not looking at those. We don't need those on the chart, we just want to have a look at those that have qualified, or in the odd situation where they failed also. So let's have a look at the next box. We've got test bars. They are all unchecked. You can add them in if you wish to do so, it's not a problem, but again, keeping things simple in the basic version, I have removed them for the time being. In the trade calculation, the entry point is set at 50% when one of the dots circles appears on the chart. The initial stop is 50%, and the scalp is 20. That's the first profit target. And the first profit target is the scalp, and then we use, as you've seen in other videos, the psychological lines to then as a secondary profit target, and also to keep locking in profits and trailing the stop as well. In the trade markup, we've got automatically plot potential trades. Markup signal if opposite to active is checked as well, so that means if a signal appears in the opposite direction after, this will be automatically marked up as well. We've then got 8 and 25 in the ranges again, and also the size of the font just is set at 11, and the spread of the profit line is showing 3, just in case we trade outside of the primary trade times, because that's the spread for the Dow with ETA. And that's all for the indicators. In the settings, the only thing we want to be concerned about are the primary times, and you can see those there. Start of the session 14:35. Give the market 5 minutes to sort itself out. Half time is 16:30, and the start of the evening session is 18:30 to 20:30 there. And that is the only thing that you need to see in that part of the settings. So they are the default settings for the basic version of the software. If they change, I will alert you in the market alert, and also record a video with a video link in the email so you can change the settings. They will change periodically, but not as frequent as you would imagine. It's all down to the volatility in the markets, such as August and September of 2015. We were able to trade the pre-market session, the grey shaded areas, because of the amount of volatility that was in the market generated from the Far East, the Chinese markets and the Asian markets, allowed us to do so. When that returns, then I will notify you in the market alert, and we can then take advantage of that as well. And that's why we have the spread in the trade calculation set at 3 for the pre-market session, which is a 3-point spread. In the official session, the spread on the ETX Dow is 1 point. And finally, if you wanted to manually mark up any of these trades, then that's a very simple process now. You just come up to markup and then just left click on trade lines, and then for a buy signal you would click above. You can see that being applied to the chart with the entry price, the scalp, and also the stop loss. And if we can just find a sell as well, let's just scroll back. And here we have an evening session with a sell. If you wanted to mark this up historically and have a look, you can see there the market trading through the scalp, stopping and then coming back. So that's how you apply the manual markup there. These signals will automatically mark up when the market is live. I'm recording this on a Sunday afternoon, as this will allow me, without the markets trading in the background and throwing up signals and moving around, to actually explain things a little easier in a calmer environment. But the signals will mark up automatically. What I've just shown you is the facility to actually go back and do this if you so desire. Right, that's it for the basic mode. It's nice and clean, crisp, easier to see and to understand, and therefore as a new trader I would highly recommend, if you're new to PPT, to actually switch to this mode when you reinstall the update. Right, that's it from me. I will see you in another video. In the meantime, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, then please do get in touch with the support team. That's what they're there for, and we'll be happy to oblige where necessary. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.